Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about the dictionary concept in Python. First let's know what is meant by dictionary. A dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable and indexed. In Python dictionaries are written within curly brackets and they have keys and values. First, what is meant by unordered? A dictionary can be of any order and it can be changeable also. We can change the values in a dictionary. But in tuple we cannot change. The dictionary is mutable, so it is changeable, nothing but. So what is meant by indexed? In set we cannot index the element and we cannot access a single element, but in dictionary, tuples and list we can access the single element by using the index concept that we have seen before. So using the square brackets we can access a single element in a dictionary. So in Python dictionaries are written within curly brackets. Likewise in set it is written in curly brackets and they have the respective keys and values. So now let's go and see what is meant by this key and value. So here name and age are keys and Balu and 17 are the values of the respective keys. So that is the use of the dictionary. By accessing the name we can get the output as Balu. For example, now I am printing this dict of name. This will return the output as Balu. So that is the use of the dictionary. In this way we can access each and every element in a key and we can get the corresponding value. So that's why the dictionaries are called indexed and they have keys and value pairs. So the syntax, now let's go and check the syntax. So the syntax of this dictionary is, a dictionary should start with the curly brackets. The name of this dictionary is this dict is equal to, it starts with the curly brackets. So next we have the key and the value. The keys and the values are strings, hence it is written in double quotes. We have the keys and the values, it should be separated by colon, and each and every item of the dictionary should be separated by this comma. We have 3 items here, so each and every item is separated by commas. That is, the keys and the value pairs are called as items. So next we are going to see some of the methods that we can use in the dictionary. So let's go to coding part. Now I am opening the Python shell. So now I have a dictionary contains 3 elements. So the syntax of declaring this dictionary is correct. So next we are going to moving to the methods. So what is the first method we are going to see? It is clear. Remove all the elements from the dictionary. So we are going to see the clear method at last. So the next method is copy. So what is the use of this copy method? We can copy a dictionary from one to another. For that I am creating another dictionary that should be empty. Dict2 is equal to dict of around brackets. So in this way you can create an empty dictionary. Here dict2 is considered as a dictionary and you can copy the dict1 to dict2. It shows an error here because multiple statements are not allowed while coding in a new shell. So that I am again doing it in a different lines. So now I am giving dict2 is equal to dict of. So now the empty dictionary is created. So the dict2 is now empty. Now we can copy dictionary 1 to dictionary 2. Dict2 is equal to dict1 dot, the name of this dict is this dict dot copy. So this copy method copies the dictionary 1 to dictionary 2. So now I am while printing dictionary 2. So the value of the dictionary 1 is copied to dictionary 2 and the value is printed here. So next we are going to see the from keys method. So what is the use of this from keys method? From keys method returns a dictionary with the specified keys and specified value. You will be more clear when I am coding it here. In this way also you can create an empty dictionary. So now I am using the from key function. So I'm going to perform the from key function. Before that, I need to declare a variable x is equal to key1. I will tell you the purpose of declaring this variable later. Key2, key3. So here I have declared a tuple containing 3 elements. Next I am going to declare a variable y is equal to 0. So now dictionary1 is equal to dict1 dot from keys x comma y. This first element x is considered as keys and the second element y is considered as corresponding values. Now I am pressing the enter and printing the dict1 will give me the result like this. Key 1 is one of the key and it has returned a dictionary is the value of the key is 0 and key 2 is also 0 and the key 3 is also 0. So in this way, by using the from keys, you can get a tuple and a value and you can perform this operation like this. So this is the use of from keys. By using the from keys, you can get a key and a value pairs and that can be contained in a single dictionary. So what is the next method? The next method is get. So how we can access the element in a dictionary? There are two ways to access an element in a dictionary. The first way to access the element in a dictionary is I am going to perform the operation on this dict dictionary, this dict of name. So this will return Balu. The value of the key is returned. In this way we can get Balu. In another way is by using the get function, this dict dot get name. So by using this function also you can get the value of Balu. So it has returned the value Balu. These are the two ways in accessing the values of a dictionary. So what is the next? The next we are going to see is items. So what is the use of this item function in Python? The item function returns both key and value in the dictionary. For example, I will show you dict dot items. Printing this dict dot items will return both key and value. Name Balu. As a tuple it returned both key and value pairs. So what if I need to access only the keys or only the values? So that also we can have the functions. By using the keys function we can access only the keys. So now the key is only printed. The key names are key, name and age. This is printed as a list here. So now I need to get the value. Then what I can do? That means you can use the value function. This dict dot values. This will give me only the values. Value, Balu and 17. So in this way you can use items, keys and values in your program. So next we are going to see about the pop and pop item function. So here we have two functions, pop and pop item. So declaring the same dict. Now I am going to use the pop function. So what is the use of the pop function? The pop function removes the element with the specified key. In this dictionary we can specify the key name while using the pop function. Dot pop and the key name I want to remove is key. here I have a key named key itself, so I have declared here key. So this will remove this value. So now I am printing this dict. So see here, the first value is removed. Name Balu, age 17. This two only remains here. So in this way you can use the pop function in a dictionary. Note that while using the pop function in the list, you can remove the last element. But while using pop function in a set, you can remove any random element. But in using the pop function in a dictionary, you can specify the element and we can remove it one by one. So in this way we can remove the element in a dictionary, that is the key and the value pair. Now we are going to remove a random element in a dictionary. As we can remove a random element in set, we can also remove the random element in a dictionary. For that we are using the function pop item. This take pop item. So this will remove a random element in a dictionary. Now this removed the age. Now I am printing this dict. This will contain only the one key and a value, that is name and Balu. We removed the first element by using the pop function and removed a random element by using the pop item. So the remaining element is name Balu. This is the remaining one. So in this way we can use the pop and the pop item function. So next we are going to see about the set default. So what is the use of the set default function? First I have declared the dictionary. Now I am going to use the set default. This dict dot set default. Set default name comma name. So in this way I have specified the name like this. So this is one of the way of declaring the set default. Now we have the key name already existed in the dictionary. So now I am pressing enter, the value will be printed. So in this way also you can access the element. So but the set default is not only used for this purpose, it do some more. For example, now I am printing this dict dot set default dot keyboard. Note that the keyboard key is not present in this dictionary. Now what it will do? So now it print none. For example, now I am printing this dictionary itself. It has created a keyboard and specified its value as none. We can also overwrite this none. For example, now I am printing this dict dot set default Now I am specifying another keyword, speaker. This is also not in the dictionary, so I am specifying it with a value, creative. So now I am pressing the enter. Now I am printing the dictionary. So this give me the result speaker creative added to the dictionary. So set default means returns the value of the specified key. It returned the value of the specified key. When I gave name here, it returned the value Balu. So if the key does not exist, so that also we have seen, if the key does not exist like speaker, specified speaker and the value as creative, it has added it to the dictionary. That is the use of the set default function. So today we have learned about the dictionary concept in Python. So in the next video we will learn about loops in Python, so that will be more interesting. And so if you haven't subscribed this channel, subscribe this. Thank you for watching this video.